Welcome back to Captain of Industry with me, Flow Engineer. This is episode 44, I think. And last time we started building this bridge because we noticed we were going down a death spiral because this is our last iron we really have. I don't think that this is enough for anything really. So yeah, this one it is. And as you can see here, it's already a problem. We can't get it filled quickly enough. And we sent some more diggers in there, so that should be fine. We are also digging down here to get to this wonderful deposit here, but it's not big. It's not really much bigger than the one we have here. And eventually we'll need this one. This one, it doesn't seem huge. It is huge. I can show you like this. It is very, very, very big. And this will be enough to get 2 servers. And when we can produce servers reliably, we can start getting iron via contracts. So then we're basically not dependent on iron ore on the map anymore. But for that, we need this bridge, and this bridge is expensive, but we're starting to get there. While we do that today, I thought, well, we are planning out this whole industrial complex here, and we already last time said, we need a lot of glass. We need glass for household goods, which we need tons of because I want to be able to run continuously max Unity on household goods. So that is something like 320 household goods per 60, I think, for 12,000 people. A ton of household goods. So we probably want to be around like 200 glass per month. But we also need glass for vehicle parts, which could give us also iron, by the way. For lab equipment, we need it for PCB and the whole chain to get the different electronics. We need it for solar cells, which we will start building at some point. And yeah, we just need a lot of glass. So we decided, well, we can only, because it's 72 broken glass as an input here, we can only really feed 6 arc furnace 2s from one of those U-shaped conveyor belts, which is 450. Okay. So what does that mean? That means that we can only feed 6 of those, and actually we'll need to rotate them. We can only feed 6 of those per recycled glass belt, okay? So what we thought is, well, yeah, let's do 2 packets of 6. That means we have 24 glass makers 2 making 24 glass, okay? So if we, this should be 24 because it's 12 plus 12, and 24 times 24, 24. That is a lot of glass, okay? And that is more than enough glass. That's probably too much glass. I just want to reserve the space. I will not build all of this, but I want to be able to use the space. And all the other parts here, we will size so that they could support what we build here. So yeah, that's what I want to do today, basically. We definitely need to figure out how to make a stackable design for those, because we for once cannot take the one from our steel plant, this one, which is a wonderful blueprint, and I was able to reuse it for iron. I was able to reuse it for copper, or a big part of it I was able to reuse. We cannot really do it because there's no second ingredient here. So it doesn't really make sense to do that. So we will design something new. How exciting, right? Also leave a like on the video if you are enjoying my content. And yeah, sometimes people forget to like my videos, and then the algorithm is like, well, can't be that good, right? If nobody likes it. I think we need to go for molten channels like... Oh, yeah. They are not... Why did I build everything the wrong way around? Okay, but now we should see that. So we should be able to connect those like this. I think I want to have separate channels. It just looks better, I think. And then 12 times 24 is probably too much. 12 times 24. No, that's 288. That is absolutely possible. So we'll do, we'll take you. I'm not sure which direction. That is probably also hard to tell already. I think we're gonna go with, yeah, with this direction. I like that. And then we will have this one going in. So that is our slag. Now we also need to get rid of exhaust, and a lot of exhaust. So 12 times 12. 12 times 12 is 144. That is nice because that is a tier 2 pipe. Or the 200 would be a tier 2 pipe. So we should be able to get you going like this. Yeah, that could work. And we also need another pipe for 12 times 6. 12 times 6, that is a stupid 72. So that means we again need a tier 2 pipe, even though it's very much oversized for this job. Okay. We cannot get it. Do we want to do an ugly belt? Or do we want to do a clean belt? I think I want to do a clean belt, okay. Yeah, I want to do a clean belting, something like this. And then we take a normal pipe and snapping, and the bottom one is going to be the steam, and the top one is going to be exhaust. I think that's how we will do this. So this is already connected, and now we just need to actually bring the glass somewhere. Now, what did we say? 24 times 24? That is a lot. 24 times 24. That is more than one belt can support. A lot more, actually. What is if we divide it by 2? That would be... Yeah, we still need 2 of those belts. Absolute insane, okay? But yeah, we will do this. We'll take you from here to here, I guess. Do we want to make it more compact and go with something like this? Or no? I'm never sure. Did this connect even? Yes, this did connect. Okay. Yeah, so something like this works. Now we just have to worry about the inputs. Of course, we do have 3 inputs and only 2 solids. So we can go with... yeah, this one, because we need some graphite going in here. So we'll go with this one and this one. It's not a lot of graphite. 3 times 12 is less than 60, so that is fine. Let's also keep connecting it like this. Now we need to get the glass mix in here. That is the more problematic part. Let's see. So that should be something like this. And if we now turn this around, this should have connected. Yes, absolutely it did. Okay, so then we can take a U-shaped conveyor, and we found out we can actually feed one of those. So let's put this here. And this should, in theory, be connected and should be able to bring the glass mix down. Of course, we have to put a second belt later to connect it up. So now, if everything works the way I want it to, we can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we can do 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wonderful. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And after the 6th one, we're gonna take this one out. Because this one needs another belt, and we can do that this way. If we take away snapping, something like this could work quite well. You are definitely turned the wrong way, but something like this will feed all the glass mix. Do we Do we want to care about this belt being oversized because it's, oh no, it's 72, but still we could go down 1 here, and we could go down, well, we can absolutely destroy this one and this one, of course, but we could also go down on those 2, maybe even on this one, right? Because this would be only 140. Yeah, so let's not waste belts. So let's do this. Let's also get this one a little less height here. So that is our glass mix. Now, I'm thinking this is getting quite long, this blueprint. So what I'm thinking, maybe it would make sense to put the mixing and storage and water retaking and everything here behind to make it wider. Or do we not care and make it longer? Because our longest blueprint at the moment is this one. And yeah, this is now our new longest blueprint. So I'm not sure about that. We also definitely 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We also definitely need to make sure that this one is going, and then we can absolutely downgrade this one. And then wait, 24, 48, and then we want to have a blue one there. Nope, like this, and then we want to have a blue one here probably, and we'll do the same here. We'll get rid of you, we'll downgrade you 2 times. I hope I'm not making mistakes, because those are hard to find. Yeah, something like this. It's saving some parts, and then we can go up and can absolutely go over here. Which are our 2 belts for the glass that is coming out. Now, how do we set the other things up? So let's also copy all of this over, and let's also pause this one and copy this one over. Really important. I absolutely did not do it with the other ones. So if you took the blueprints from my Patreon, yeah, you're gonna notice when you build it, but that's fine. So what do we really need? Technically, we only need a mixing area. We could also just make, wait, this is glass mixing, right? And we need some recycling. Do we have, can you compress recycled glass, molten glass? Recyclables pressed? Then you get broken glass? Because, for example, for the iron you can press it, but for the glass you can't, right? That would not make any sense. No, you cannot press the glass. Interesting. But what I think, I don't think it does make sense, because it's so huge, I don't think it makes sense to make one block like this out of it. I think it makes more sense to have like like the mixing area in one place as a block, and then we will just connect it wherever it needs to go, and then we also do the power and water retake and everything to another one. We also need to decide between the generators. I'm still not sure what is the best way of doing things here. I think I will go with this one just because of space, because our space is limited. And if I'm thinking about where trains will go here, we should probably start to think about space. And then, do we take one large one? No, I think wait, what is the maintenance on you? Is there no maintenance on cooling towers? No, there's not. It's just the initial cost. And 3 of those are actually more expensive than than one of those. At least in construction parts. Well. I think I'm gonna go with the big one, because we need to have a water tank anyway. Right? you are making glass mix. Where are you? This one. Oh, we also need to make acid on site here, because I decided to make acid on site. At least I did for the copper. Do we have excess acid? That is a question, because then we could put those close together and actually share some acid. You take, what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You take 8 times, so 16 times 6 acid. And you are producing minus, wait, minus, what is it, 72, minus 72, minus, what are you making, 36, so we could get 12 acid, yeah, half of, we could get 12 acid piped over from this one here. That is actually something I should have considered in the blueprint. Yeah, but it's an easy one to put the balancer there, so that's fine. Let's see how to connect all of those. How much glass do they take? Or how much sand? They take a lot of sand, right? Are we okay with this recipe? No, right? No, we're not okay with that recipe. And then it's a lot of sand. So if we... What I'm thinking, I would like to share the belt for the limestone and salt, because 6 times 24 is 144, so that does work quite well. So I'm thinking, let's see. I think what we will do, we'll put the limestone. There's also some salt. 12 times 6, that is 72 or something. So this one is, no, this one does not work. Okay, so I think we'll go with this one. So you are the salt. Wait, like this. Yes, you are salt. And then let's also downgrade this one. And I think also this one, right? Because it's 12 and 12, that's 24. We could probably even do this one. I'm not risking it. Something like this. So this is the salt coming in. And then we have to have... And then we have to have the limestone coming in. Which is, it's a lot of limestone, so yeah, I'm very interested in seeing what's gonna happen there. And we can also put those like this and downgrade you. How much are you? 24, 48. So again, we can, as soon as we put those in, we can downgrade this one more. Yeah, wait. 24 times 6, that is still less than, yeah, we can still go with this one and put you to this one, so something like this. Okay, and now the interesting part, that is the sand. That is a lot of sand coming in here. Wow. I'm very interested in seeing if we can even provide that much sand with a train station. I absolutely should test that out. Basically, we would do something like this and go one up, and we'll cop, and yeah, and then we will take 3 times, so that's 300. That is one of those. Nope, that's too much. Something like this. And then we take you and place it like this. Something like this. And you are 90, so we can go down. And you are less than 200 theoretically. So we could even do this one. Yes. And then we just copy this over, flip it, do this. And that should be our glass mix done. Oh yeah, let's also keep an eye on everything else here. There is iron coming in, we are fine, and the bridge is looking good. The bridge is going great. Still lots of bricks to deliver. But if I see that correctly, we are done with steel. Which is good, because then a lot of this will not run, so yeah, we're fine on iron. I'm really excited to take all of this down once we have built it over here. Yeah. By the way, at the moment we are running on this single tier 1 glass maker, the whole thing. But we're not making any household goods, because actually that would be the bottleneck then. Yeah, let's go back here. So this is okay, interesting what just happened there. So we could have this one going in here, for example. Oh yeah, we also need the acid, of course. How will we do this? How will we bring in the acid? Probably just another pipe. How much acid is it? Well, technically we would need to do it behind you. Oh, we could bring sulfur in the middle here. Something like that. On the other hand, I kind of try to not do stuff like that with a lot of belts on top of each other, but we can figure it out once we build it, or once we lay it out for real. Wait, what do we need? We need sulfur. Acid is just sulfur and water, right? 72. 72. We could. So we need 24 times 6. 144. So that would be just 2 of those. Yeah, that's fine. Then we'll do one of those. That's a lot of mixing here. Is there another mixer still that we didn't unlock yet? I think there is, right? Wasn't there the automatic one? Oh no, that's the concrete mixer one, right? Yeah, that is this one I thought of, yes. Well, at the beginning we'll just downgrade those once, I think, and only let half of those run. Because, yeah, that's a lot of concrete, and we'll also do halved capacity on here. I just want to only build this thing once, ideally. And also people are going to be problem, and if people are going to be problem, we'll have to upgrade our food, which I already laid out some farm area here. It's probably not where this goes, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. So we need to bring in sulfur, which we definitely could do something like... Actually, we could do it. We could do it like this, just like this, and then bring in... We need to bring in water, which we need to bring in anyways. Oh yeah, we need to bring in water here. How much? 6 times 12. 6 times 12. That's 72 water. That is annoying. Okay. Then that would be this one, right? And we need to bring in water here. And I'm gonna bring it all the way over. And once we are here, we're gonna go down. And then we make this one go like this and like this. And then we also make this one smaller, I think. Just the last one. And then we take you and all of you get connected up. That is making a wonderful glass blueprint. I also want to go test it out this time in creative or in sandbox mode to play too much Minecraft. Okay. Okay, so we also need some water in here, which I guess if that is the glass mix, that is coming out like this. Can I just have a U-shaped connector here? One, nope. That is not what I wanted to do. Yeah, something like this. That is what I wanted to do. And then we have the other one along here. Maybe we'll also bring it on one side. That is fine. We can do that at a later point. Do we need something else in here? Oh yeah, we need a lot of other things in here. We cannot just do it. Where is the input for... No, those are the inputs and this is output. Are you outputting something else or why is there... No, that is not a problem. That should be fine. We just need water and sulfur now. So I think we'll bring some... How much sulfur? That's not a lot of sulfur. That's fine. We'll bring that in here. The sulfur. Go down. And go along here. Can we snap to this one? And we'll also do a U-shaped connector here. Something like this. And you're making acid. Which means that wonderful acid is going back here, back around, up. How much up? I'm not sure. Nope, one more. Like this. And it's going back to here, and then to here, and down. And then it can go from here to here. And wherever it's needed. And let's also, this is only 24, so let's downgrade this one. Like this. And then we take one of those here, one of those here. And we just connect everything up. And can we also rebuild this pipe here, please? And we also wanna... Oh, there's some water intake there, so we need to figure something else out here. So let's maybe put a pipe connector here actually. Let's bring... Yeah, we actually need this pipe. Let's bring those into here. And then can we again get the pipe connector? Why did it delete itself? And then we go up and connect to this one. And the water, where do we get the water? How much water is it? Oh, that's a lot. It's 120 water. Okay, so we probably want to get it from somewhere like here. And just bring it over to this one. And also in here. That should be fine like this. So that is the glass mix production. Now this one will be on a lower priority than the recycled glass, of course. Because we want to definitely use recycled glass if possible. And we'll get a lot of it. Because, yeah, no slag. And to be honest, chewing through 2 full belts of sand here and another full sand belt, if it's happening here. Not sure if that's a great idea. It's actually not a full yellow, not a full orange belt, but still, that is a lot of sand. Didn't I say a few episodes ago that there was a lot of sand on this map? And we actually didn't dig it up here? Yeah, I'm maybe gonna regret this, okay? Well, we still got some reserves here. And we got some here, we got some here. But after that, we'll have to do manufactured sand. Oh, do we need to pre-plan for... No, you cannot do glass mix with manufactured sand, right? No, you cannot. Wait. What contracts are there for sand? There are no Wait, that is weird. Is there a way of getting sand in the end game? Or is there just no glass anymore? Wait, sand? Oh yeah, you can crush quartz. That is what I meant. Do we need to pre-plan for the crushed quartz? I mean, technically we should, right? Wait, what would that mean if this will be, if we will need to go to crushed quartz? We need to have, how much sand do we need to have? We need to, oh, this is exactly, so we need 6 of those. Doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I definitely want to plan those in. I just noticed. And how quartz? What is 288? 288, is this at least a ratio? 96. I cannot see it. Okay, that is 3, so we can have two of those crushing our quartz. So this is a, but it's a 1-to-1, right? Okay, it's a 1-to-1. So we can start by setting up the whole system and the trains and everything for sand, and eventually we'll just rebelt. Yeah, we want to belt it so that we can, so that we for now will just bypass all of those, but we will be able to eventually turn the stations into quartz stations. And I think you can get quartz. Yes, you can get them from solar cells. Yeah, there's a lot of different ones here. I guess vehicle parts here isn't a bad trade. Well, 600 is a lot. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, or we do sulfur to coal, coal to quartz, or something like this. But still, we need to plan for this. Can we? If we take this one away for a second, and we definitely want to get that stuff out of the way here. So that would mean if sand is coming in here, I'm just thinking how to connect everything so that we can bypass those for now, but change them to quartz. How do we do that? Well, those are kinda just, yeah, the space is limited, so we'll have to do this. Is 6, and then we take 1 and 2 of those. I guess that's just how it's laid out. And then we have, that's more than we can have on one belt. No, but that works quite well. So we can do something like this and something like this, and then we can take you, go up once, and can go here and then down and then in here. That should work. So something like this, and now we didn't line it up correctly, so let's get it 1 over. And let's do something like this, and also something like this. So we'll be able to connect those again there and there. So that will be the quartz crushing. Yeah, I will forget so many things to implement in those right now, right? Yeah, write me if you have any idea what else I forgot that we cannot get anymore. I think for this one I pre-planned for rock and slag, so I think we are safe for this recipe with the manufactured sand. It's also a pain to crush and everything, but that should be fine. That is bad because that is our iron. Let's just start by getting this one. But yeah, I think I planned for this one here No, I think the other ones are good. But we definitely have to keep those things in mind when doing this here. And how on earth are we gonna do this? So we will for now bring in sand. Wait, and then this one would be somewhere like here. Can we make this happen? So that would be here. I don't want to on accident connect something. Actually, I will also keep this as a separate one. So instead of feeding them in here right directly, we will probably bring them over on this side. We will feed it away here. It will go in here, come out again, and then go around here and in there. I think something like this. But I just want to reserve the space. Let's also think about this one still. Now this is a little wide again because of this one here. Should we just do it without? I'm not a fan of that. But it also doesn't really matter. If we can fit it somewhere, I don't really care. So if we need one space here, and ideally we'll bring it closer to that one. So let's take you will be going somewhere like, well, we can actually just do something like this, and this one here, and maybe we'll just bring the slag and everything here and make a station here or something. Or we put this somewhere where space is like constrained and we need a more diagonal here or something, or a round rail. That is actually something that will happen. So let's bring this one a little bit further into this direction. Let's talk about water for a second. If we do this, how much water is this whole thing drinking? Well, of course we will have this water coming in here. No, let's not do this like this. Let's do it like this. And this will just be a large footprint one, and then we'll have 3 of those. Doing this, doing things like this, that should work. And then we should be able to, what is U48? Is it just, no, this is a high pressure turbine. This is not what we want. I wanted to bring this one in here. I think. I hope that calculations are right. So that is 12 times 6. 12 times 6, that is 72, and this is 24. So this should also be 72 if I'm correct. Okay, so we'll do this and connect it again. And then we'll take it and probably flip it. Rotate it, and technically something like this wouldn't be bad. And then we'll just, yeah, something like this is smart, and we'll do that. And we'll bring you like this, and we'll have those here, because I don't really, we'll bring those in there. No, that is weird again, wait. So let's turn this around and let's see. Okay, so we take this one here, a little more to this side. Can we get it very close there? Okay, so just I don't want it to go too far out here. And then we take those and flip those. Does it really matter in which direction? No. Okay, so then we take the steam one, which is the bottom one. And instead of feeding it out there, we bring it around and maybe over or under. No, we'll bring it over. And then down here again and into there again. And now with this one, I want to be able to take it out of the system. This is really important to me. I want to be able to pipe the low pressure steam somewhere else if needed. So what we will do here is we'll get a pipe balancer. We'll take this one, bring it in here. Take this one. That doesn't work, so then we have to do something like this. We'll turn this around and we are able to get to pipe the low pressure steam out here to a desalination plant or something. That is always the priority. We'll always try that first. After that, we will send it into one of those systems and we'll send it into the towers. Oh, I could have just done this from the beginning. Okay. I will send it into the towers and they are getting it back out into the water supply. I don't think we need a tank here, so we'll do a pipe connector, we'll do this, and let's say we'll put let's put a storage here. This is too big storage for just some smelting, I think. So we'll do this, and could we get a second one in here? Yes, we absolutely can. So then we will have water in here for the smelting area, and we'll go to here, and from here and then then let's bring what I thought is we'll be able to put a balancer in here. So that is what I intended to do here. And I was like this, and then you can go up here, and then we'll turn around those. So this one, this one, this one, and this one we can turn around. We can get rid of this one, and this should be prioritizing this one while you are prioritizing those. What is happening here? You are done with the work. Is that right? Good. Okay, so we are safe regarding iron. That is very nice. I will let those free again. No available place to dump products. Yeah, let's just clean you up real quick. No truck. Yeah, same with you. Just clean you up like this for a second. Do you also have something? Nope. Low supply of sand. That is fine. That is actually what we want. So we can take this away. Take all of those away. Fluid supply low of water. That is just because we are using a ton of bricks here. Oh, and we are almost there. Okay, interesting. Cool. Let's see. We could technically make the blueprints smaller by actually turning those around and put them there. Yeah, let's maybe do that. Well, let's maybe also not. Wait. Let me think. Do we need more water in the system than what those need and what those need? No, right? So what I'm thinking, if we take you away here and we take you to somewhere like here, and now you are the acid one, right? So we can, so this is acid in and water in. Okay. Turn around. So you are the sulfur in, and you are water in, right? So, and you are a big pipe because it's 120. 120 plus 6 6 times 12 is what? Plus 120. So that works on a 200 pipe. So we can actually... This is a 200 pipe, so we can actually do something like this here. And that should be fine in theory. So this is 120 plus the 72 would... Yeah, so then we have all the water coming in, all the steam going out, sulfur going in. And now, that this is cool, now we can have the acid going out here. This is wonderful because we can maybe fit those in here. Maybe we'll actually have to move this a little bit more into this direction. Let me see, like this. And now let's reconnect this one. Let's get rid of some of this. Can we put 6 of those in here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost. Okay. No, but this works, and this is a much cleaner way of doing things here. So we'll do this. And we'll have those go away. Yeah, because then that shouldn't make it easier for us to actually bring stuff in and out later with those in here. Because you're gonna be carrying a lot of sand. Wow. Wait. So you are gonna be one belt of sand coming out here, and you are gonna be another belt of sand coming out here. And then we'll have to redo those again, okay? And U-shaped, you are coming out here and here and here and here. And then we'll have the input belts here somehow. And we need to connect this up again. And I absolutely... Did I have... Yeah, I still have this one. Because I think I want to at least somewhat use this part again. If we flip this, it could still be useful. What I'm thinking though is we probably want to have... Yeah, wait. So we want to keep this part here. No, let's redo it. Let's do it in a clean way. So we all have the... Yeah, we all can still see what's going on. So this will be forever like this. So we'll have salt going in to here. That is forever going to be the case. So that is going to be salt on a slow belt. Let's delete this so that this is going to be salt. Can I have this one? And then we will low supply of rock. And that is still just because of the bridge, which is almost done. Wow. There we go. Soon we'll have access. And then it's really a time to build this because we probably don't want to drive all that iron ore all the way around here to here. That is kinda stupid. Maybe we should also build this bridge then. We'll see. We'll see how we'll handle that in the next episode, or in a later episode. And then we also said another one. Wait, and salt is 12, 24, 36. And then from here on, I think we want to have a blue belt. Just to make sure. So this is the salt. And then we have the limestone, which we also need a blue belt for. And we'll need a blue belt until... let's just Let's just do a blue belt forever here. And let's get a U-shaped lift going here. And that is already the right one. We just have to do something like this. And we'll have to connect that one up again. And maybe I can get this one to work. So you are in there, but now we need to, yes, do something like this. And then we can copy this over if everything works. Or we can just do this, right? Whoops. And something like this. You are acid. Well, yeah, we'll figure this out at a later point. And so this is 6, right? We'll have to make sure this still works at the end. And then we'll have the sand, or later the sand coming from here. Technically it would make sense to get the sand in from that side, or at least, yeah, that isn't a stupid idea. Let's put a U-shaped lift, one here. No, wait, let's see. One here, going up once, and one here, going up once. And we will have this one going. Can we do 1, 2, 3? And we'll delete you and have a U-shaped. Can we get U-shaped lift? Something like this. Then we can turn it around, and that should work. And then we can get you in here, you in here. And then we have the other one with snapping, please. Up, up. Can we get this like this? And we'll get you until here. And if we now copy this over like this, that should be the sand input. Now, what I'm thinking is we will actually just connect them up here later. So later we'll be able to just connect those here. But for now, I think what we want to do is we want to take the sand in from here. And we'll do not this, but we'll do something like this. And I think this is compact enough, or wherever those belts then need to go. We can figure that out when we plan the blueprint for the actual building. Can we now get you connected? Why are you the wrong direction now? Oh, this is annoying. Because I will for sure forget to turn some of them around. Is that the case here too? Are some of them the wrong direction? No. Okay. Weird. How do I do this? And then we do connect those into here for now, and later we'll be able to bring in the quartz here. We'll be able to go up here, go over, go down again, and that will all work. And we'll be able to feed the quartz in here, bring the sand back. We'll be able to connect it there, and that should work. Sorry for going weird there. And then basically we will just have we'll have 2 balancers here. Let me see. We do have 2 balancers here, 1 and 2, that are both. Can we input priority on this one? Because that's gonna be the crab coming in. And can we get a belt over to you? We can actually. Can we get a belt Can we get a belt into this one? Yes, we can. It's not the most beautiful way of doing things here. Definitely not. But it's a way that works, and that is the most important way. So we'll connect it up like this. So this should enable us. Yes. So this is the finished blueprint. We can even think about those two belts. So we need one belt here, one belt here. They will go into, yeah, so this works, and we can actually bring them in over a little bit still, something like this. Yeah, it doesn't really matter now. It's also longer now. Okay, so we will be able to bring in quartz here over to there, in there. And now it's just the acid that is left. So we could do something like this. And do something like this. Why not, right? And then we'll have a normal pipe to connect all of them up. And that should, in theory, be it. Yeah, I do not have time to test this. So I will just hope it's good. I will also, again, this will be available to Patreon supporters, as all my blueprints are. And yeah, so then we can do that. Let's also pause at least the small one. Let's actually pause both here. And let's pause those, even though that does not really matter. And you will be water, and you will also be water. Something like this. And then you are the quartz, you're the sand, you are the glass mix. That should be fine. That seems like a very good blueprint for tons of glass. Glass Endgame. I'm just gonna call it lots of glass. Okay, I'm not sure if this is correct in English, but yeah. This is gonna be the blueprint. I think. Oh, also the bridge is done. Okay, yeah, this is cool. We are done for this episode. I'm very excited for the next one. If you're excited for the next one too, please subscribe to this channel. If you didn't yet, leave a like on this video so more people can see it. And if that's something for you, you can also check out Patreon. Yeah, but that's it. We are gonna see each other in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye.